Good evening, everybody. Welcome into an elimination game tonight from the Niverville Recreation Center from Niverville, Manitoba, in this Game 4 matchup between the Eastman Selects, the home team, who are facing elimination, taking on the Westman Wildcats, who are, of course, leading this series by a score of 2-1. This game and this pregame show, well, this game actually, not this pregame show, but the matchup will be brought to you by Make Cannon Fasteners and Tools, serving Manitoba producers for your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. Be sure to check out their website at McCannonFasteners.shop, as well as checking out their store locations in Brandon and Winnipeg. Of course, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. To Terrico, serving Manitoba producers for over 80 years in the agricultural industry. To find out why they've been so trusted, be sure to check out their website at Terrico.ca. And to our last sponsor that we haven't mentioned yet, in Goaltenders, your goalie's personal video review service. Be sure to check out their website at GordyTomlinsonGoalies.ca for more details on what they do. The pregame show presented by Make Cannon Fasteners and Tools. And yeah, G-Show Productions, we had a chance to go out to Hartney, Manitoba. Well, I did myself on Sunday afternoon to broadcast Game 3, and a vital game for both these teams. Given how far they have to travel in this series, it was crucial for one of these teams to come away with the victory, and of course it would be the Westman Wildcats. We will show you how it got to that point. Starting off in the first period, the Wildcats get in on the cycle. It's Ivy Perkin who picks up that loose puck, realizes she has an opportunity to wrap around, and does just that for her second goal of the postseason, and as many as in games in terms of second in a row. Score would be 1-0 after the first period of play. Going into the second period, Wildcats on the power play. It would be Erica Stutzky walking in and ripping one. Too powerful for Tomes to handle, and the power play wouldn't end there for the Wildcats on this
She
success.
works it along the perimeter. Now across to Stutzky, the latest goal scorer in this game. Back across to Hillhorst. Her shot, 3 scores!
It would be Callie Hillhorst who would add the second power play goal in a short amount of time, as that goal came pretty quickly afterwards. It would be Carlin Goods who would score the empty net goal to give Westman the 4-0 advantage once the clocks hit 0 at the end of regulation in that one. And as for how the road to the Esso Cup is looking, the Winnipeg Ice punched their ticket to a 4th straight final. 3rd straight since the league has resumed from the COVID-19 pandemic about 3 years ago at this point. But the Ice moving on into the finals, where it could be the same finals for the 3rd year in a row if Westman is able to pull off the victory tonight. For Eastman, if they're able to win, the series ends up being extended into the Game 5, which will happen on Friday, I believe, in Hartney, Manitoba. But yeah, we could see the same final we've seen in the last few years, or we could get a completely different final, depending on if the Selects are able to come back or not. And just taking a look at how this series has gone so far, the Selects answered back after losing in Game 1 2-1 with a 4-1 win in Game 2. Abby Dixon, Isabella Carrier, Adeline Nolgren, and Danielle Hepner all scoring. It was Eastman's first time beating Westman all year long, and the Selects ended up being outshot 35-17 against Westman. Their defensive game was really good in that one, though. A lot of shots from the outside, and Tomes was up to the task on almost every single one of them. But the Wildcats respond with kind of a similar game to what Eastman played, maybe even better in Game 3. This is arguably, was the Westman Wildcats' best game of the postseason to this point. This past Sunday, where Ivy Perkin, Erica Stutzky, and Callie Hillhurst scored. Carlin Goods, of course, scoring that empty netter. Kylie Hack ended up getting the start in that one. First career playoff win and shutout, and they also scored 2 power play goals in the same period, like Eastman did on Saturday's matchup when they scored two back-to-back power play goals near the start of that first period. But home ice advantage has also played a huge factor in this one. All games in this series have been won by the home team so far. And interesting enough, the team who scored first in every single matchup of not just the playoff round these two teams have been facing off against each other in, but also in the regular season action. Every team that scored first has went on to win the game in this season series. And look, the games, game one was pretty close in this series. Eastman was able to open things up in that game two this past Saturday. That was, of course, on G-Show Productions. And then Westman doing the same on Sunday, opening up the scoreboard in that game three. For Eastman, it's do or die tonight. You know, you didn't have to travel. You got them coming to you. Hartney had to get on about a 3-hour bus ride, so that's where I think Eastman needs to take advantage tonight. Get off to a quick start and make them skate, make them work for it tonight. A lot of dump-ins, go hard on the forecheck, and hey, if you have an opportunity, maybe you can create off the rush, but both these teams have been so good at defending on the rush so far in this series. Should be a fantastic game here tonight. Going to be interesting to see if Kylie Hack gets her second start in a row, or if Danica Averill gets the net again. It's most likely going to be Addison Tomes that starts for Eastman. Players to watch in terms of tonight's matchup. You know what? I'm going to go on Westman's side of things. A player in Hallie Franklin, right? As great as that D-core is, and you could argue maybe Franklin hasn't even been the best defenseman in this series. She's been the best defenseman on this D-core all year long. She won top D for a reason. In a night where they need to shut things down and also score, I think look for Hallie Franklin, number 17, to have a huge night. And for the Eastman Selects, look, Sophia Heidinger's been big time this season. Their rookies have stepped up. Their goaltending's been big time, but this team offensively, their leader has been Ginger Fast all season long. She's going to need to step up big time in this game, and her teammates are going to need to have to follow her. Maybe I'm completely wrong on this, and it's going to be other players who step up. As it is Westman making their way onto the ice now. We will have a clear picture on who starts in this one. I believe it is Danica Averill, though, as she is in the center of the crease. We will conclude the pregame here, folks, as we see Westman do their pregame cheer, huddling up, and then Eastman will fall on the ice shortly afterwards. This pregame show has been brought to you by Mid-Canada Fasteners and Tools. National anthems and puck drop coming up next. Enjoy the game, everybody. Game 4 from Niverville, Manitoba, here on gshow.ca, the home of the 2024 Road to the Esso Cup from MFHL Playoff Hockey. Well, loud as ever here tonight, once again in Niverville, Manitoba for MFHL playoff game day. Now, funny thing was happening during the national anthem. The scoreboard was actually winding down in terms of the time, and they stopped at a 2.1 seconds. Close call from a funny moment happening, and also there was a disruption in terms of some technical aspects at first with the national anthem. Both these teams looking to be technically sound here tonight, especially Westman, who tries to win the toughest game of the series, up 2-1 in this best of 5. A trip to the finals on the line tonight for them. As in this first period, brought to you by Make Cannon Fasteners and Tools, turned over by Eastman early on, played to the net. Defended well by the Selects. Heidinger comes down below, gets this over to a defenseman in Lexi Remillard. He plays a pass up to Waddell, who just before the blue line sends that in all the way deep and off for a change. But here come the Westman Wildcats past the red line. Ivy Perkin, who opened up the scoring last game. Again, the opening goal for Westman, dumped it in, went off for a change. Picked off by Dixon in the neutral zone. This one gets sent into Westman's end. Carlin Goods on the backhand. Goes off the backboards to Erica Stutsky. Up the right side to number 18 in Crossley. Able to maneuver away was Crossley, but good forecheck there by Abby Dixon, who she's been strong in this postseason round so far. Ended up winning or earning 3 stars on Eastman's personal account for the game for the awards that they gave out, as well as scoring the opening goal in that Game 2 win. The only win of the series against this team on Saturday as Hepner near the close boards. Battling with Reese Schutte. Schutte gets it back to Monker. Battling there is Hepner, hard on the forecheck. Boyley gets it back to her. Hepner tried getting it out in front, but it wouldn't go. Covered up well by the Wildcats, but can't transition it up any further into the neutral zone as this gets kept in. Down low onto the backhand of Hepner. Or no, it's Isabella Carey who goes down low for number 19 in Danielle. Played up that left side and across to the right side for Westman, though, is just before the blue line, sending it into the opposite corner from where that puck was. Battle along below the goal line, picked up by Sophia Heidinger now. She looks to stretch this up, but turned over, gets it right back on her stick. Played off the boards, but held in still by Weber for the Wildcats. Nolgren challenged by Vines as she goes D-to-D. Waddell also on the forecheck. Strong start to the game for number 12. It's picked up by number 17 and Nolgren now. She tries unloading, but fans on a shot that couldn't get through. Lexi Remillard tried sending that on net, but it'll be blocked by Westman into the neutral zone. Now it's picked up by Charlie Shearer. She delays, circling to the half wall. Shot from the point, tipped through, loose puck picked up, almost, now from the slot. And that one, actually a bit higher up from where the slot area is, turned aside by Tomes. It's Ginger Fast now coming down the other way. Gets tied up. She tried to make a move down that right side. By the way, thank you to her Nana for watching all the way from Palm Springs. Her support, as well as everyone else's, means so much to her. Means so much to us on the network, as I should say. This puck gets out of the Eastman and sent all the way in again by the Wildcats. Losing her stick was a Wildcats player, number 15, Ivy Perkin. Perkin might have a chance to regroup with that in the neutral zone, but doesn't. It's onto the stick of Schutte. Tries sending a short draw pass over to Hybers. Selects now turn it over. That shot from outside of the ringette line. The top of the hash marks wide for the Selects. As now it's Paige Crossley playing it off the backboards all the way rimming it around to Hybers. He turns this over at the line. Trying to get it out. Westman finally does as Hybers trying to work her way up. A player with a really entertaining skill set. It's been on display in the 2 games we've been able to cover so far in this series, games 2 and 3. It'll be turned over in the neutral zone. Waddell had it there for a moment before losing possession of it, and now it's skated up by Marley Rutherford, who gets it down low in the Eastman zone. Picked up by Heidinger off the backboards to Brown. Nolgren almost pickpocketed high up in the select zone, but no danger for now. Maybe danger coming now, though, as it's kicked out to the left side. Westman trying to gain the zone with success. Did gain the zone, but unable to work anything of significant danger for right now. Their cycle is so good in Game 3. We'll see if it plays another factor in their success tonight, if they're able to have it. Select's able to get it out. Chipped up off the boards by Dixon. Tries to chip it up further to the Westman zone, but could not. Played across into the neutral zone, intended for Ginger Fash. He's given chase, battling now with number 16 in Hillhurst. Hillhurst winning that battle strong enough, too, as Westman gets the puck out. Able to get it into the select zone now as Lexi Remillard gives chase. Remillard looked like at first maybe a short pass to Lauder, but ended up rimming this all the way up the boards. Ginger Fast challenging Monker at the blue line there. But this is held in. Sent in deep, turned over up the wall. Closest to our broadcast angle in the Eastman select zone. Lauder and Fast, a bit of miscommunication trying to see who should take the puck. It's sent all the way down by Fast. Icing waved off though. It's Westman, first one's on it. Boyle did a good enough job to get there fast enough, and this will be pickpocketed by Carey. Banks it off the boards to herself. Carey takes it around the net now as she looks to fire it on net. Turned aside by Averill. With 13:52 remaining, as we're still scoreless. No shots registered on the scoreboard at the moment. We'll probably see them at the end of this period. First period, by the way, brought to you by Make Canada Fasteners and Tools, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. Visit their store locations in Brandon and Winnipeg today. Especially for you folks that may be from the Hartney area or around there. It's only about an hour outside of that small town. But give it a look. Check out their website too at MakeCanadaFasteners.shop. Hallie Franklin back to retrieve a puck that she lost control of for a moment. Gets a pass up to Shearer, who banks this all the way down, giving chase. Waddell will be the first one on it. Tried reversing it, but Westman did a good job. Stutzky now plays that down low. So it's her and Hillhorst out. Hillhorst couldn't keep it in, giving chase on her. Now is number 17 and Adeline Nolgren. No icing on the play. Good position by Nolgren to rub out Hillhorst. No call on the play. Out to the slot, but no one there for Nolgren to find. Played up now to Hybers. Coming in with speed. Tries dangling through. Does. Oh, rebound there. Loose puck scores. Well, this play is started off of a crisp pass out to find number 10 in Hybers, and she really does the rest. Able to get through with some speed down that left side, cuts to the middle, tries to nutmeg through the defenseman, which it looked like she was going to be unsuccessful at it at first, but able to squeeze by. Can't quite finish the dangle like she wanted to because she gets contested, but Tomes unaware of where that loose puck is, and guess who it is? Number 15, Ivy Perkin, opening the scoring for the second time in a row in this series. Her third goal as many games. Came into this series with no goals in the playoffs after having 17 in round one, or 17 in the regular season, that is, as Reese Schutte plays that, drops it to Carlin Goods, has her attempt to the net blocked. Yeah, 17 goals in the regular season, none through the first 4 games, but in the last 3, 15 is heated up. This year's Rookie of the Year. Carlin Goods, speaking of her, had a huge round one. Her loose puck got picked up by Rutherford, but couldn't get through. And now it's Isabella Carey who gets strung with a pass from Hepner. And a whistle coming on the play and offside, as Isabella Carey disrupted. And that's one thing about Westman. We saw it last game. Their back pressure is really good. Eastman had success on the back pressure in game number 2. But we saw Westman start to be able to kind of beat that. As loose puck picked up by, I believe, Rutherford. 7, and Beavis gets that up, and now it's onto the stick of Waddell down that right side. Herlo shot turned aside into the far boards now. Madison Blaine couldn't cradle it for Westman to possibly get it out. Now it is Kelsey Hybers who ended up getting this out with her silky mitts. Now picked up by Fast, trying to dangle through, but loses the puck on Hillhorse. Hillhorse dumps Fast after to the ice. No call on the play, and now here comes Westman. A 3-on-1 developing. It's Hybers. Tries saucering that across, but nice defensive play by Lesage. Battles with Hybers in the corner. Get that puck away from her. Plays it to Fast. Is Fast able to get it out? On to the stick almost of Dixon, but this one gets by her. As Eastman looks to get on to the forecheck. But sent into the neutral zone again. Played off the boards to Ginger. Fast gets it up the wall. And all the way into the Westman zone again. Puck got past Hillhorst. Onto the stick of Monker, who plays it up that right side. Onto the stick, I believe, of Skinoka. She leaves it. Drop pass and a save made off of that shot by Tomes. Played into the neutral zone again as Isabella Carrier past the red line, sends it in, rimming it all the way to the opposite side for Danielle Hepner. Gets it down low for Isabella Carrier now, but a bit too far from her, or for her, as she could not cradle the puck in. Battling, Charlie Shearer gets this puck down low for the Wildcats, giving chase. Skinoka, who had a nice drop pass earlier, almost resulted in a potential goal for Westman, but a nice save by Tomes. It's now Westman with 2 forecheckers down low, battling against the 2 selects. Westman able to get it out. Kept down low by Schutte. Side of the net. Trying to work it there to the slot. They did, but covered up well by the selects. Skinoka just decides to send this down low where Reese Schutte will beat Lexi Remillard to the race for the puck. Heidinger tries rimming this all the way out. Able to almost, just held in by Hallie Franklin, but picked up by Isabella Carey as she tried making her way in. Tried to cut in, but could not. As with 8:49 remaining up that right side, Nolgren trying to go to work, but can't get it deep enough due to a lack of speed against the good gap that the Westman Wildcat player was playing. Now it'll be Paige Crossley picking this one up. Enters into the zone. Her shot from the right face-off circle would be wide of the net as it deflected as such. Crossley battling along a wall. Eastman can't quite get it out. It's onto Beavis' stick. Player of the game, we named her for Eastman in that Game 3 loss. One of the more steady defensemen in that game for the Selects. It's played to the front of the net. Trying to pick up the loose puck was Crossley, but Beavis, good defense, tries playing it off the boards, but can't get it out. This goes all the way past Beavis and down low again. Chloe Carrier couldn't play that up the right side with a backhand. It'll be turned over now. That shot rebound. Oh, hopped over the stick of Carlin Goods. Could have been dangerous there, but a lucky bounce going in Eastman's favor on the rebound. Monker now from the point, trying to shoot that through traffic. Picked up in the slot. Tomes had a bit of trouble with it, but able to make the save. No rebound of substance given up. Now puck gets played back into the select zone, into the neutral zone now, sticked or redirected all the way down by Ginger Fast. Apologies. That'll be our second period sponsor in Terrico. Our first period sponsor, of course, Mid-Canton Fasteners and Tools, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. It'll be Madison Blaine, Haley Blaine picking up the puck, sorry. Got it to Reese Schutte, who shot it wide of the net. Held in at the point off that turnover by the Selects. Haley Blaine kept that down low for Reese Schutte. Lost track of the puck for a moment. Side of the net now. Schutte couldn't get one through on Tomes. In a period where you'd have to think Westman has had a bit more of the shots. Get an update hopefully on the scoreboard at some point here. Puck gets sent all the way down, but onto the paddle of Danica Averill as she just redirects that into the corner closest to us in her own end. Picked up by Addison Vines now. Ooh, her shot from the high slot gets blocked. No call there as Vines was holding her head afterwards, trying to signal maybe an Eastman Select player grabbed her there. The puck gets sent all the way deep down again into the Select zone as they go D-to-D, trying to get this breakout going. Off the skates of Nolgren, all the way down as that was before the red line. Won't get down hard enough for icing, though, as we do remain in play here. No stoppage with 5:46 remaining. Shearer working up that left side, robbed out by a Selects player in Ginger Fast. Fast, a bit of retaliation on her afterwards as Shearer gave her a shot. Refs didn't seem to catch it, though. As now Fast takes down Shearer. Not sure if you saw that. It's Westman coming down the other side. Nice move, Skanoka. Oh, and tight. Great save by Tomes. As Eastman gets in to defend. Tomes afterwards to clear away all the Westman players trying to go for that rebound, even though the whistle blew. .522 remaining. Reese Schutte losing the draw there to Danielle Hepner. Nice draw by Hybers along the wall to win that puck battle and get it out to the slot with a pass, but it'll be the Selects who break in now. Isabella Carrier tried dangling to the middle. Good defense by the Wildcats in their own end. Puck still remains high slot, held in just at the point off the boards by Hepner and onto a Wildcat stick in Monker. Puck gets to the front of the net. Short pass played up. Nice one threaded through by Hybers. There's a 2-on-1 developing. Schutte has Perkin with her, but nice defense by Reese Beavis to take away that pass and or shot. Whichever one Schutte wanted, but here's a bad turnover by Hepner. High up, shot can't get through for the Westman Wildcats. And now it's Reese Beavis who decides to take it for a skate up that right side just before the blue line sends it in. She'll head off for a change now. Nolgren able to get possession of it. Heidinger now trying to get through. Got a shot on net, I believe, turned aside by Averill. This is two Selects battling down below with two Wildcats. Nolgren trying to win possession of this puck. She's able to, gets body position. Into the low slot, no one there though, pass just off. And Eastman fumbles with it. It'll be another chance potentially for Westman, but nice defense getting the stick on that potential cross-ice pass coming down the other side. Where the Selects played to the net. Now it'll be covered up by Averill. With 4:03 remaining. Score 1-0 for the Wildcats. They've had some potential chances off of the rush, off of some breakdowns by Eastman in the Wildcat zone. But no quit in the Selects play, getting back hard to defend on every single one, and they gotta. It's do or die here tonight for them. Or will be a tomorrow for the Wildcats no matter what in this one. But for the Selects, that one not as certain. It'll be turned over, high up in the zone. Picked up by Dixon now. Gets a shot to the net, can't get it through though. Now Alexi Remillard could not hold that in at the point. Be D-to-D in the Selects end. Lauder gets it to Callie Remillard. Picked up by Ginger Fast now, who's weaving in fast with the shot. Oh, that one, nice save made by the shoulder of Averill to deny number 8. Probably Eastman's best chance of this game. Wraparound chance for Ginger Fast. Still poking away at it. Side of the net. Gets to the slot now. where Reese Beavis, nice dangle in, tries getting a shot on net, but turned aside by the glove of Danica Averill. With 2:59 remaining. In the first period, and Danica Averill led the league in wins this season with 13 in the regular season. Struggled a bit in her first game of the postseason, but made enough saves to, give her team a good advantage. Then in her final 2 games of that sweep, she was really good against Pembina Valley. And in game 1, pretty good against the Selects. But game 2, she gets pulled for the first time in a very long time. Might have been the first time of the season. Might confirm that with Tony Franklin as this Ivy Perkin tries getting it to the net. But they play Kylie Hack after Averill loses. I'm sure that Franklin, had a good conversation with Averill and said, hey, listen, we're going to sit you down, give Kylie a chance to go and give you a bit of a break, right? Give yourself a chance to calm down. And so far, Averill been up to the task in this one so far. Turned over into the neutral zone. It'll be Adeline Nolgren now coming in right into the breadbasket of Danica Averill. With 2:02 remaining now. Draw will be tied up 1 by the Wildcats. So it'll be not too sure who that is skating with it. I believe it is Stutzky. Yes, it is her. She tight, turns down below. Another nice move to get past Brown. Trying to get that out in front, but I believe that might have hit a part of Addison Tomes on the way through. Past the red line, Nolgren sends it in deep before going for a change. Held in by Brown at the point. Can't get a shot past Weber on the block. Did end up onto the stick of Dixon. Puck finally out now. All the way down, should be an icing coming up on the play, and it is. 1:22 remains, I should say, in this period. Gotta remember to pronounce my S's. The draw will be Callie Remillard out to take that for this Selects team. Gets tied up, has help though. Fast her shot from high up in the slot. Turned aside by the glove just of Danica Averill. Now battling, Selects try getting that to the net but can't. It's played to the opposite boards, close to the Westman bench and all the way out now. Hallie Franklin giving chase. Beavis able to get this up into the neutral zone. Onto the stick of Ginger Fast, but Fast, that one gets past her. As Reese shooting now down that left side, leaves the draw pass for Ivy Perkin. Gets that down low to Reese shooting now as Westman tries to get on the cycle. They can't. It's turned over. Fast able to get this into the neutral zone, but playing catch with Westman as it's onto a Wildcats player's stick off of a turnover. Kelsey Hybers now pretty responsible for that first goal. Tried dangling through but could not. It's played up now onto the stick, or into the skates rather, of Isabella Carrier. She gets offside and allows for her to get onside again, giving chase potentially one more chance for Eastman if they're able to win on this forecheck. Westman trying to not allow that. As down below in their own end, 6 seconds left, they look to break out. They do, getting out of the zone. And now it's Skinoka. Her shot! It'll be turned aside. Actually, I believe that was Paige Crossley. Yes, it was in fact Paige Crossley, as Westman heads to their bench before going off. Eastman will head off right away. Score is 1-0. Ivy Perkin opening up the scoring in this game for the second game in a row. It's her third of the postseason. A play that was created by Kelsey Hybers off of the rush, able to dangle through and get to the net. Couldn't finish off the dangle. Tomes left a juicy rebound there. Couldn't even get back to her feet to take it away. But we'll get the shots for you in a moment. Coming up soon here as we head to intermission. You'll see our promo screen pop up. Both teams so far, I mean, doing a pretty good job of defending off the rush. Just before we do let you guys go here for a little break. But, yeah, I mean, in every one of these games that I've seen so far, Westman seems like, their worst puck management, their mistakes come in the first period. But they're able to survive it because of how good their defense is. It's just another one of those plays, on their goal where they're able to find success on the breakout and get in, where Eastman, it looked like they were more fluid through the neutral zone, but Game 3 was a disaster for them in terms of their transition. That is something that needs to get better for them today. Of course, continue to defend well off the rush and be opportunistic on your chances. The chances are Westman probably outshoots you, but who knows? Crazier things have happened. Eastman will look to fight in these next 20 minutes, looking for a goal, preferably even shorter than that time period, to tie it up at one apiece and maybe even take the lead in the next period, while Westman looks to, of course, hold on to this one-goal lead and potentially add more to it. First period was brought to you by Mechanic Fasteners and Tools, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. Check out their website at mechanicfasteners.shop today for more details, as well as if you want to buy something from them, you got your mind made up. Well, they got a store location in Brandon and Winnipeg. Thank you to them for supporting us here on the network. 1-0 Westman Wildcats. We'll be back for a bit more first period intermission stuff, analysis, and call for the second period here on gshow.ca. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Niverville Recreation Center. In Game 4 here, Period 2 just about to start up between the home side, the Eastman Selects, trailing the visiting Westman Wildcats for this Game 4 in this best-of-5 series. Westman, of course, leading this series 2-1. If they're able to hold on to this lead and be able to win this game tonight, they'll be moving on to meet up with the Winnipeg Ice in the finals. It would be the same finals matchup for the third year in a row if that is the case. Eastman, of course, looking to prevent that tonight. You know, the goal that they let in, it was just Kelsey Hybers. Look, I mean, there's an argument to be made that Kelsey Hybers has been the best player in this series for not only the Westman Wildcats, but all around. I mean, just how she's been able to create with her speed, with her hands. And we saw that on that first goal. She ends up getting the assist. Her hard work, getting that puck to the net, able to squeeze through off of the dangle, nutmegging the Eastman Selects defenseman. Tomes could not handle that rebound. In fact, she was out of her net afterwards, tried to get over but could not stop Ivy Perkin as she put it into a wide open net for her third goal in this postseason in as many games. Third game in a row with a goal, and second game in a row where she opened up the scoring. Doesn't look like we'll be getting shots shown here. If I had to guess, I think shots were pretty even in that period. Westman, you know, once again, they'll be looking to clean up some of their puck movement in terms of their puck management. There were some turnovers high up in their zone again, but there were a lot more this time around for Eastman to start off this period, turning it over in their own end. And that's something, you know, we saw. They weren't that clean with their first pass to start a transition out of the zone in Game 3. And trying to transition into the neutral zone, it was a struggle for them. Now, it looked a bit easier for them to travel through the neutral zone, but once they got into the Westman Wildcats zone, Westman showcasing their good defense. But Eastman, you know, I think if you get that puck down low, you get it on the forecheck and you win some battles. They had some success with that. You know, in this period when they were generating their chances, it would be off of a forecheck, that type of thing, most times or not. So, yeah, I think that's definitely something that they should be looking to go to. Simplify your game here tonight. Don't look for anything fancy. If there is something fancy there, of course, take advantage of it. But overall, I mean, it's a do-or-die game. Put as much as you can on net and try to get more traffic in front of Averill, too. I think that would be a big part of their potential success to come back in this matchup. For the Westman Wildcats, I mean, hey, continue to do what you've been doing. You know, throughout the games you've had success. You got the advantage with the lead. You're putting the pressure on this Eastman Selects team that's down once again. And if you can shore up your puck management, get that dominant cycle going like we saw in period 2 of Game 3 to start off in Hartney on Sunday afternoon. They should continue to find success. Danica Averill needs to continue to be on her game, of course. Eastman could possibly be up in the shots in this period for sure. This second period of action brought to you by Terrico, serving Manitoba producers for over 80 years in the agricultural industry. Check out their website at terrico.ca to see what they offer and to see why they are so trusted by Manitoba producers in that industry for over the 80 years. As the fans making their way back into their seats, we could see some of them here on camera. It's great to see how packed this house is, to see the local support for the Selects team. The local support was strong in Hartney on Sunday as well. Was strong here on Saturday. Great to see it for a third time. For a third time here, we get to see a second period in this series on G Show Productions as we are Underwell. Kelsey Hybers dangling her way down low, able to keep it there for the time being, but this puck will be picked up by Lauder. She tries to play that off of the right wall. Finally does, as this one gets out, but picked up by Kelsey Hybers again. As Hallie Franklin sends this in deep off of the backboards. Lexi Remillard in some trouble down below. In to help her, another teammate, I believe in number 5, and Callie Remillard is able to get it out and headman this up to Abby Dixon as she comes down that right side, challenged by Hillhorse. Gets it to Isabel Carey into the slot for Boyle, but fans on the shot. Oh, Eastman's best chance of the night right there. Goes by the wayside. Boyle won't have that one back for sure. It's her fast and Hepner out. Hepner will be on the draw, trying to win that, I believe, to the boards to Boyle. But looks like that play goes right out the window too, as Hepner gets signaled out of the draw. Ginger fast from the side of the net off of that one draw from Eastman, turned aside by Averill. It's played down low. And to Boyle now, almost gets that through, but not good enough to get it past number 35 and Dana Averill. As we got a stoppage, 18:45 remaining. Draw one by Boyle to Chloe Carrier. Sends that down low to Ginger Fast, who's able to get on the puck first, sticked away down low by Paige Crossley, who's there to help. Hepner got that puck loose as it squirted to the opposite corner. But out into the neutral zone now, where Carlin Goods tries to work this puck through. Played off of the boards and onto the stick of Ginger Fast now. Getting back hard on her though is Stitsky though, and able to win there. Able to turn it over though was the selection. Oh, that one deflected just wide of the net. Kept down low for Ginger Fast, trying to get that out in front off of the side of the net, I believe. But right back onto number 8 stick. Rims that around opposite point to Brown. Her shot turned aside into the corner by Averill. Picked up by Stützky. She circles around in her own end before putting it up the right boards. Picked up by Nolgren though. Pinching down to get the puck. Puck gets by Waddell. Finally into the neutral zone. Onto the stick of Lesage, tries hitting Waddell with the pass. Hitter skates picked up by Nolgren. Down that right side. Nolgren, 5-hole opportunity turned aside by Averill off of the save. Man tries going off the boards, and it's turned over onto the stick now of Lesage. Plays that into the right corner. Westman tries rimming around, but held in strong at the line by Brown. Loose puck picked up along the wall by Remillard, now by Westman. Finally able to get it out as Perkin goes across to Goods. Goods sends it in deep down that left side, and Westman goes off for a change. This period, the start has been fantastic so far for the Slacks, but might have spoken too soon. As this puck gets played down below, Westman trying to get in on the cycle to send right back down below the goal line. As it's to the front of the net now, turned aside by Tomes. A stoppage in play with 16:38 remaining. We do now have the shots on the board. It is 11-8 in favor of Westman at this time. In the second period, brought to you by Terrico, serving Manitoba producers for over 80 years in the agricultural industry. Check out their website at terrico.ca. Draw one by Schutte. Oh, a one-timer there. Madison Blaine couldn't get it because the puck didn't get to her right away for her to be fast enough. On the release, it's onto the stick of Ginger Fast now. Plays that into the neutral zone, but past the stick of Hepner, who in on the forecheck. Hard on Stützky. Forces a turnover. Fast along with Boyle over to Fast. Oh, could not find her backhand. Glorious chance potentially there for Eastman. That they once again leave off of the scoreboard because the execution just was not there. No question it would have been a marvelous opportunity for Fast to tie this game up. But we do remain 1-0 advantage for Westman here. 15:47 remaining, picked up now by a Wildcat and played over to Skinosa, who tried making a move at neutral ice, lost possession of it, lost the handle of it. Two teams play catch for a moment. That puck sent a bit too far in the game of catch down below, as there is an icing on the play. Bringing a face-off draw down again into the Eastman select zone. Be Reese Schutte on the draw. Potentially Westman looking for the same thing. But no, they tried winning it to the boards. Be disrupted there by the selects. Puck along the close side of the ice, the close boards. As Kelsey Hybers tries spinning away from the pressure. This will get all the way down into the Wildcats' own Nolgren. Giving chase. Unable to get there fast enough. It's Reese Schutte now, trying to work her way through the neutral zone. Defended well there by Sophia Heidinger. Waddell plays a pass up to Nolgren. Now I believe there's no Cheyenne Scott Cook for this matchup. Have not seen her tonight. But this puck will be turned over, picked up by Isabella Carrier now in the Wildcat zone. Trying to dangle through, draws a penalty in the process. We will leave our Terrico logo up on the board for now. Isabella Carrier kept her feet moving through the dangle. And the Westman Wildcat in good position there to defend it, but not in good enough position to not take a penalty in Ivy Perkin as she gets her stick caught up in the skates of Isabella Carrier, resulting in a 2-minute minor coming up as Carrier gets this back to the point to Heidinger. She loads up, shot tipped and just wide of the net. Eastman's so close to getting on the board there. It's played back up to Heidinger, across to Nolgren. Saucer pass over to Heidinger. It bounces over her stick though. Westman turns it over off of their backboards. Fast to Hepner, back up to Nolgren, to Hepner now. Her shot deflected wide of the net. Up top as she tried to shoot it through that screen. Up top to Nolgren again. Shot blocked away by Hallie Franklin, but can't clear it out. Hepner quickly across. A bouncing puck over to Heidinger. Off the boards to Boyle now. Boyle trying to muscle through. She does, gets it. Oh, deflects off of a skate in front. Almost dangerous. But Westman able to survive. Fast gets tied up. Loose puck picked up by Boyle down below. Up top to the point to Heidinger. Nice dangle. Heidinger makes her move in, but a stick disrupts her from shooting. Now she shoots. Deflected there. Rebound. Averill up to the task. Nolgren. Her shot deflected wide of the net. With 52 seconds remaining now on the kill. Eastman, significant pressure, and that shot will be into the breadbasket finally for the Wildcats to get a stoppage in play. But great work by this Eastman Selects team on this power play. Finally getting shots through. But what's looked way better already compared to their power plays they had Sunday to this one is the puck moving a lot cleaner. But just as I say that, unfortunate puck luck for them as they won the draw, but bounced off the boards and not onto one of their defensemen's sticks. But Eastman gaining the zone. Now tried playing a short pass to the middle there. Was Dixon to Remillard, but couldn't get it. Second unit out by the way for these selects. Now loose puck for them, picked up now. Carrier tried dangling, but cannot. Had a wide open girl down below that she should have worked that puck to, that she was hoping to work that puck to probably if she sees that back. But here's a chance to potentially redeem herself. Short pass, she gets it over to Dixon. Gets a draw back from Dixon. Carrier now unloads, oh, just wide of the net. 2 seconds remain. We're back to even strength now. Lesage, her shot, oh, deflected. Hits the post. Way past Carrier, another shot blocked by man. Remillard gets it to her. Isabella back to Remillard. Hesitates a bit. Loose puck there. Defended well by Westman on a potential shot. That could have been through. Kept down low by Eastman. So of course back to 5-on-5 play. The Selects looking to keep this good momentum up. Dixon from below. Works it up to the point. Up to Lesage. Her shot can't get through to the net. deflected wide of the net, hitting bodies. Isabella Carrier's sister, I believe, Chloe Carrier now. Her shot could not get through. It's picked up by Eastman again. They look to break in again. Nolgren tried making a move just past the blue line. Could not. It ended up hitting the skates of a Wildcat player. Carlin Goods now breaking in, protecting this puck with speed, strong on the outside. Strong on the puck is 14. Wills up to the top of the point now. Kicks it out to a teammate. That shot can't get through on net. Ends up down below and picked up by a Selects player in their own end, all the way down for an icing. And with 11:29 on the clock, we can finally get a bit of a breather here for just a moment. These two teams have been going back and forth, right at it. Right at each other. Shots are 11-11 now for both sides. Score is still 1-0 for the Wildcats. Sophia Heidinger gets kicked out of the face-off circle. It'll be Adeline Nolgren in to take it. Wins it against Weber. Puck picked up by Chloe Carrier, who feeds a pass up the middle to Heidinger. Just past the red line, Heidinger sends a puck just wide of the net. Able to take it away now. Heidinger keeps this down low, goes off for a change. Sent it into a place where Waddell could try to maybe win the race of the puck. Hallie Franklin too good to get there. She went D to D. Defenseman pitching in, Lauder. Nice job by her. Picked up now by Westman, high up in the defensive zone. And skating it down is Sunoka. Driving wide as Sunoka, protecting the puck. Gets it to the point, but not in the right place. As that pass missing Stutsky. She has to go all the way down to retrieve it again. She gets pinned up by number 8 in Ginger Fast. Out to help is Hepner. 2-0 Fast from the side of the net. Almost fooled Averill with the shot. She continues to work down there. Gets tied up by Stutsky again. As Callie Hillhurst passes a puck up to Madison Blaine as she wheels down that right side. Blaine looking to protect, can't. She has that puck stripped away. Here's a stretch pass now up to Isabella Carrier. Nice move to dangle. Man has a player with her. Short pass over to Hepner. Gets it back. Oh, almost on the stick, but not quite there for the one touch for Isabella Carrier. Now Eastman looks to regroup. Westman pressuring, forechecking in the neutral zone. Puck played off the boards and into the neutral zone again for Carrier. Neutral zone as she sent that in deep. She's still out there. Rummelard winning that puck after Dixon tied up her opponent down below. Picked up high slot by Isabella Carrier now. Her shot deflected wide of the net. Hitting a body on the way through. Chloe Carrier tried getting that to the net but could not. Held in high up in the zone, but finally cleared out by Westman all the way down. No icing on the play as it was deemed the puck was tipped on the way down. A bit of a physical play down below. No call on the play. So Wildcat finishing her check. Side of the net. Eastman having to be careful with it. They get it out now. Dangling is Adeline Nolgren. Just decides to shovel this puck deep, almost around the net. Nolgren in as the F2 now, and for support for Waddell. Westman able to get this puck almost out the left side, but Eastman able to keep it in. The far boards, I should say. Ginger Fast get on the forecheck, takes away the angle from Rutherford. Fast loses an edge in the neutral zone. No call on the play. So one could argue maybe that was a trip. Westman gets fresh legs on the ice. As it's Goods across to Hillhorst. Gets it up to Reese Schutte. She gets put on her rear end there. No call on the play. Refs letting these two teams play for the most part. Ginger Fast, double teamed by 2 Wildcats, but continues hard on the forecheck. Gets it over to Boyley. Boyley trying to go back over to Fast, but couldn't find her directly. Fast now will be tied up along the boards. Her stick was taken away. Allows for Westman to get out of the zone. Turned over by number 14 and Lexi Remillard. Up those boards closest to the Westman bench. Pass across to Isabella Carrier near the Wildcats blue line. She gets it in deep. Monker tries to evade the check-in of Dixon. In to help now is Isabella Carrier in the support. Another Wildcat in to help and re-shooting now. Dixon goes off. Remillard comes in to help for her. Remillard gets a pass, trying to get a short backhand pass over to Waddell, but could not. Hybers sends a pass across to Perkin now. Perkin, her shot on net, turned aside as she goes off for a change shortly after. Reversed by the Selects down below their own goal line now. As Eastman gets this puck past Hallie Franklin all the way into the Wildcat zone. It's off of the backhand. Can't be sent out by the Wildcats initially, but now it's skated out by Weber. Down that right side, Weber protects it. Goes to the front of the net with that slot pass. A rebound there turned aside by Tomes. As Westman now looks to start something on the cycle. Play mostly been in their end for most of this period in terms of offensive sustained zone time, but now they can't hold it in. Waddell sends that down low, rims it around for Nolgren, who's tied up by Callie Hillhorst. In to support is Heidinger. She picks up the loose puck, doing a good job to challenge her as Hybers in the corner. Now Heidinger and Hybers tied up, able to get it out is Hybers. Look at the strength there for number 10, gets sent to the ice. No call on the play. Hybers back up on her feet though and skating in now. Cuts to the middle. Nice juke by Hybers. Trying to dangle through on Hepner. No call on the play as she gets bodied to the ice. To the blue line. Pass got through to Fast. Can cradle it. She tries winning the race to the puck. To the corner now. On man. As Rees-Schutte picks up a loose puck now. Skating with it. Cuts to the middle before entering down on that left side. Puck finally exits out of the zone. Boyley tries to get this past a Wildcats defenseman in Monker, but could not. With 5:10 remaining in this period now, the Wildcats look to attack. Hallie Franklin tried getting a shot through, could not as it was blocked. The Wildcats unable to hold the zone. It's played up towards the blue line to Dixon, but pass missed her. And do we get an offside on the play? We do, I believe. Or maybe something else. Regardless, face-off will be inside the select zone. 4:45 remaining. These two teams tied at 5-on-5 play in this game. There's really not many open looks that are being generated in the opposing ends. Pass into the slot. Not there for anybody as it misses. Westman gets it in to the select zone again. Lesage reverses behind the back pass to Brown. Isabella Carey took away the stick of Hallie Franklin there as this puck able to get out of the zone and exit. She goes off for a change along with Remillard. Turned over. Waddell fresh off the bench. Oh, the puck almost gets through. And a whistle on the play. For what? Was it an early whistle from the referee? I do believe so. Man, no one was there for Eastman to pick up the loose puck, but a loose puck was there. That's been one thing also in this game here tonight so far. Off of the changes, Eastman doing a really good job of intercepting and jumping the passes as the Wildcats try to exit out of the zone. Westman still up 1-0 though. 4 minutes remaining in this second period. Adeline Nolgren, I believe, in the corner, rubs a player out. No, sorry, that was Lauder. Puck gets sent all the way down into the Wildcat zone now, though. It'll be all the way down for an icing. By the way, everybody, the MFHL podcast will be returning this Friday. So in 2 days' time, mark your calendars. Hoping to have guests from the Winnipeg Ice, maybe the Yellowhead Chiefs. And from one of these two teams in that episode, shot from the high slot. Not a super tough one, but one that Tomes had to be ready for. As Hillhorst sends it in. Picked up now by Cox Lauder. Just before the blue line, sends it in deep. And Lauder will continue to give chase on it. Elected not to change. She gets back now. Nice move by Hybers. It's Lauder who picks it up. Backhand pass up, but no, had to have a bit more patience on it there. Did not, sadly, as it was turned over. And with that, we get, I believe, man, this has to be high stick or something. Gets this face off to the glove hand side of Dana Gabriel. Hepner can't win the draw cleanly. It'll be played off the boards. Ginger fast now. Shoots it wide of the net. Westman looking to break out. It's Marley Rutherford giving chase down that right side. To Monker, feeds a pass into the neutral zone for Goods, who sends it in deep. No icing on the play. Giving chase Beavis along with the first forechecker for the Wildcats, and Rutherford turned over, but not quite out of danger for the Selects now. So Monker finally has it taken away from her. Ginger fast trying to break to the middle. She could not, disrupted well by the stick of a Wildcats defenseman. This puck ends up onto the stick of Ginger Fast, right near her bench. Puck squirts all the way out into the Select zone off of a referee now. Almost dangerous, that bounce for the Selects, but they're able to evade their zone without much pressure and get a shot on net on Danica Averill on the opposite side. So with a minute 39 now, it's Kelsey Hybers out there along with Reese Schutte and Perkin for the Wildcats. Hybers able to hold the line, trying to dangle through Lesage there. Lesage giving her a bit of some business afterwards. Short pass up going to Callie Remillard, who leaves a draw pass for Isabella Carrier. Held in at the line there by Brown for the time being, trying to muscle her way up as Hybers down that right side, but cannot. Puck ends up on the stick of number 35 and Danica Averill, getting a stoppage in play with 1:12 remaining as this Eastman crowd gets loud. Eidinger counting or communicating before taking the draw, ended up losing it. It's picked up by Nolgren though, a Selects player. The far boards. Nolgren, strong move to the middle. Decides to send this down low. Waddell able to cycle it back to Nolgren. Loose slot there. Rebound to the point. Turned aside or just wide on Danica Averill. Held in at the line by the Selects. Some strong end of period momentum for them potentially. Not if Carlin Goods has anything to say about it. Able to keep skating to draw that penalty there. Goods looks like she wants to keep yapping to Beavis as well, but Beavis will skate away going to the box. And with that, 34.2 seconds, it'll be Westman on the power play, and then again for just under a minute and 30 seconds to start the next period. Special teams brought to you by our period sponsors. For now, brought to you by Terrico, serving Manitoba producers for over 80 years in the agricultural industry. Draw one by Westman. Remember, 2 second period power play goals for them last game. Looking for another one here. As this puck sent all the way down by the Eastman Select. 16 seconds remain on the game clock. Left for
A defenseman by Avro. This gets left for Rees-Schutte. And in the final 5 seconds, Schutte down that right side, delays, gets it to the point. Hillhorst now, her shot deflected and can't get on net. Time was expiring anyway, so yes, that'll do it for this second period of play. Score still 1-0 for the Westman Wildcats. It's Eastman who leads the game in shots now at 15-14. Reese Beavis will be in the box for the next minute and 26 seconds in what could be Eastman's final period of the season. Ain't going down without a fight, though. I do believe that Eastman did look like the better team in that period. I do think they trailed in shots and end up leading it 2 after that one. Just seemed like from the very start they had a lot of good jump. And Westman, their bad puck management is kind of continued. It reared its ugly head a few times throughout that period. It's just Eastman can't quite capitalize on their opportunities. And going into this series, with both these teams being tied in the standings, you look at the season series, it was Westman who won it. And look, they've shown they can play each other close, but what Westman has that Eastman hasn't had is more top-end talent, more top-end offense in terms of more consistent scoring throughout the season, higher goals for total, and Eastman's had their opportunities, but just haven't been able to get that final result, execute on that final pass. A lot better in their own end throughout this matchup. Tomes has made some timely saves. Just, some opportunities just got to be a bit finer on them, and maybe, just maybe, you start to put some pucks in the other way. Got to continue to, of course, try to take away the eyes of Averill. This is going to be a huge, very interesting next 20 minutes coming up. Westman, 1 period away from advancing to their 3rd straight championship series. Eastman looking to deny them and force it to a Game 5 in Hartney on Friday night. You're watching the MFHL Playoff Game Day. Thanks for tuning in so far, folks. The Wildcats up 1-0 with 20 miles to go in regulation. In the second period, brought to you by Terrico. Of course, serving Manitoba producers for over 80 years in the agricultural industry. Terrico.ca is where you can find them online to find out more about them. Thank you to them for supporting Manitoba Female Hockey League, U18 AAA Hockey here on the network, as well as G-Show Productions on gshow.ca. See you in a bit, folks, for the call of the 3rd and final period of regulation. Here from Niverville, Manitoba.
And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, whoever else may be watching, into this edition of MFHL Playoff Game Day. 2 periods are in the books in this Game 4 of this semifinal between the Westman Wildcats and the Eastman Selects. Westman, the visiting team, up 1-0. They're on the brink of making it to their 3rd straight final, where it set things up for a 3rd straight meeting between them and the Winnipeg Ice. Of course, the Winnipeg Ice sweeping the Yellowhead Chiefs 3-0 in that sweep, in that best of 5, winning the first 2 games in close 4-3 matchups. The second one was 4-3 in overtime for the Ice, winning that one in Shoal Lake. And they played at Southdale Community Center last night, winning it 4-0 to advance. The Winnipeg Ice, pretty crazy. You know, haven't lost much in the playoffs in these last 2 years at all, actually. And yeah, they'll be definitely looking to keep their high-level play going against one of these 2 teams, whoever it may be, that are looking to, of course, make it through to the finals. If Eastman's able to come back in this one, they will force a Game 5 in Hartney coming up in the next few days. But the shots right now currently on the scoreboard, I'm not sure if they're totally accurate or not, since the shots only started getting kept track of in that second period, but it shows 16-15 in favor of Eastman. Eastman, I'd say, was the better team in that second period in terms of puck possession, offensive zone time, and shots on net. I believe they did outshoot Westman, but yeah, Danica Averill up to the task on every single one of them. And Eastman, you know, they had so many opportunities off of interceptions on Westman, you know, pass attempts out of their end. And Eastman, you know, would work it to the net and whatnot, but in terms of just that final play, they haven't been able to connect on that final pass, execute on that one-timer shot, right? And those little things could be the difference in this one, because, you know, there were about 3 grade A scoring chances, at least for Eastman in that period. Could not bury on either one of them. They'll be looking to change that in this period coming up, in which could be their final period of the season. Pretty crazy. It's been a lot of fun covering this team. Been a lot of fun watching Westman as well. But yeah, if this is the end for Eastman, what a ride they've taken us on this season. One of their best seasons in franchise history. Actually, their best season in franchise history. 1 win short of 20. They were tied with this Westman Wildcats team in the standings in terms of the record. It's just been their kryptonite this season, this Westman Wildcats team. 6-1 in total against them. 4-0 in the season series. And for the Wildcats, I mean, they'll be looking to, for sure, have to shore up their turnovers in their own end, their puck management, right? Because one of these times, Eastman's going to bury on it, and we could be looking at a tie game here. Both of these teams are about to make their way out onto the ice. Going to go silent here on my part for a moment as we let you hear how crazy this crowd is going to get in terms of the noise. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, this 3rd period is going to be presented by Goaltenders, your goalie's personal video review service. Sure to check out GordyTomlinsonGoalies.ca for more information. And by the way, this period will start with Westman on the power play for, I think, under a minute and 30 seconds. But enjoy, everybody. Period 3 coming up here from Niverville, Manitoba, from the Niverville Recreation Center.
Well, both teams back onto the ice. Danica Averill occupying her crease. Stick taps on her pads from the players that are out. And of course, Addison Tomes occupying the selects net on the other end of things. It'll be the Wildcats on the power play for the next minute and 26 seconds in this period. Brought to you by Goaltenders, your goalie's personal video review service. Check out their website at GordyThomasonGoalies.ca. And we are off for period number 3 here from Niverville, Manitoba. Controlled by Westman. D-to-D they go in their own end before working this up into the neutral zone. Kelsey Hybers down that right side around the net. Able to get this up top to the point to Hallie Franklin. Franklin gets a pass back now, kicks it over to Vines on that left face-off circle. Backdoor attempt, their rebound. Oh, Tomes, what a huge save by her. Could be a turning point in this period, in this game for the Selects. Number 34 saving her best for elimination night, as it is controlled by Westman in their own end. Schutte goes off of the boards. Eastman able to get it back into the Westman zone. As the puck picked up now by Callie Hillhorse. Going up into the neutral zone for Crossley, who tries dangling pass, and she does. Crossley, her shot blocked away there by Tomes to the left side of the point. As Ginger Fast gets it out. 12 seconds remain now on the man advantage, the girl advantage, I should say, since this is female hockey for Westman. Passed across, intended for number 19 in Rutherford. On to even strength now. Eastman able to get it out. It's Ginger Fast, has Hepner with her 2-on-1. Fast tries to get it over, but that sticky spot on the ice kind of disrupted that pass that she tried to get over. So it ended up in her skates. Eastman looking to get on the cycle here. That's picked up by Ginger Fast, looking to make a move. Is Fast, tries to shoot, fans on it, loses a handle on the puck, gets it to Heidinger in the slot. She's contested well though by Monker. Good stick by her to take that away, sent all the way down into the Eastman end. No icing on the play, as Perkin able to get in on the forecheck, challenging Waddell as Perkins sends this down low. Has Haley Blaine with her as Blaine picks it up. Blaine wheeling up top into the high parts of the zone. No call on the play there. She was tripped up. In the neutral zone, puck picked up by a Wildcat, now sent all the way in. Heidinger, her saucer pass can't get over the stick of Madison Blaine. Plays it to the net where it'll be covered up by Addison Tomes with 17:08 remaining. Speaking of her, a glorious save moments ago on that power play from Westman. Backdoor pass didn't work, but puck was still in the slot. They banged away at it. She came across to make the save. It's Dixon trying to settle this loose puck down. It is now by Lexi Remillard, who goes off of the boards closest to our broadcast angle, but had it turned over. Sinoka try getting this pass back. did. It goes DDE and out up to number 9 and Charlie Shear, who's working down that right side. Gets it up to the point. Puck squeaks past as it's played still along those boards where the benches occupy them. Puck picked up in the corner by Weber. Tries working it out in front, but covered up well there. The house area. The Selects had it covered well. Loose puck in the neutral zone now. Trying to pick it up and get it in deep was Skinoka. Could not. It ends up on the stick of Ginger Fast. Delays, pulls back. Finds Hepner across. Getting that one to her, but her shot couldn't get in on net. Deflects below the goal line. Boyley picks it up. Fast from the side of the net. Handcuffs Averill. But Averill up to the task to make the save. We'll get a stoppage in play here. 15:53 remaining. Shot 17-16 in favor of the Selects on the scoreboard. But they still trail this one. 1-0. It will be Danielle Hepner out to take the draw. Wins this to Lesage. Her shot through, but gloved down by Averill. Number 35 makes the save again. Of course, didn't start on Sunday's Game 3. Watched as her team won it from the bench, and Kylie Hack came away with her first career playoff win and first career shutout. Working up now as Perkin tries to get it to the middle. It's Reese Schutte working with her too. But this puck ends up onto the stick of Ginger Fast now, who's able to gain the zone. High up, she delays. Being contested, actually. Tried getting that to the slot, but could not. It's played up by the Wildcats now into the neutral zone as Reese Schutte rubbed out along the boards. Out to help her, Kelsey Hybers. She gets rubbed out. Puck rims around other side. Down low, it's sent by the Wildcats. As Eastman tried getting this off the boards, but cannot. Nolgren now tries working this to the middle, could not. As well, gets all the way down to the Wildcat zone, all the way down for an icing. With 14:51 remaining. We got a face-off to the blocker hand side of Addison Tomes, who gives both of her posts a tap. Get herself prepared. Heidinger out to take the draw. Let's say Wildcat. In Crossley, that is. Draw one initially by the Selects. Having a bit of trouble possessing it cleanly, though. They do get clean possession of it now. Down below their goal line. A short pass sent to Lauder. She circles back the other way. Nice move by her to evade the check. Now it's going to be sent up all the way down the stretch pass as Averill comes out to stop it. No icing on the play. Played into the neutral zone. Now Lauder got a stick on the puck at first, but it'll be Crossley who picks it up. Tried dangling through, could not. Disrupted by a Selects player upon entry. Puck just before the Wildcats blue line, or just past it, as I should say. It gets sent all the way down. We'll get a face-off inside of the Wildcat zone here as Eastman been knocking on the door a few times to tie in this game since that first period. Danica Averill, though, still rocking for right now what is an 18-save shutout. Ava Boyley, we'll see how creative she gets on the draw here. Likes to get shots through off the draw sometimes. She loses it this time around. Cox Lauder fanned on it. Too many men call missed there by the referees as Westman able to get off with, or get away with, 6 players that were on the ice for a split second off of their change. Puck along the close boards in the Wildcats end, played out. Now it's onto the stick. Delay penalty coming up. Schutte going to the net. Madison Blaine trying to get it to her. It's Schutte, plays it, but wide of the net on the shot. Gets sent into the corner, opposite side from our broadcast angle, and with that, It'll be a trip coming up to a select. It will be Lauder going off. Kylie Lauder serves 2. 2 minutes for a trip. And with that, as all our special teams sequences are brought to you by, this one is brought to you by Goaltenders, our third period sponsor. Check out their website at GordyThomasonGoalies.ca for more information. Stutzky could not hold it in at the line. Plays it back into her own end now for Hallie Franklin. Goes back to Stutzky. She goes for a skate down that left side. Cuts to the middle now. Disrupted, though, by the selects as Eastman takes that away and sends it all the way down. Danica Averill out to leave it for one of her players. I believe that's Hallie Franklin, who looks to start transition up. Gets that over to number 3 in Stutzky. Plays a pass to Hybers, protecting Wallace Hybers. Drops it to Franklin now. Her shot can't get through, though. Held in at the line off of that failed clearing attempt by the selects. Vines, short pass over to Carlin Goods. Gets it right back to Vines. Looking back door. Pass there. Oh, what a save by Tomes again. Reading that backdoor play beautifully. Eastman still can't clear it out, though. That shot gets blocked on the way through. Well, Westman opened it up perfectly this time. They connect on that pass, and Tomes read it like a book. Picked up by Hybers now. Down the left side, delays to the slot. Shoot, he can't get a clean shot on net. Rebound, loose puck there. Side of the net. Eastman can't quite get it out still. They survive for the time being, though. Still down 1-0. All pressure right now from the Wildcats. It's over to Vines, back up to Franklin. Her shot through, but save made by Tomes. Huge one there by number 34. As 24 seconds remain on the Lauder penalty, we will get a stoppage with 11:43 left in the game. Westman now with the shot advantage at 20-18. It will be Shooty on the draw. Loose puck picked up by Hybers. Drops it back to Vines. No shot lane open for Vines right now. She skates this down the left side. Circles back towards the boards. Plays it to Hybers. Back to Vines now. Walking in. Her shot turned aside by Tomes. Was looking short side. Hybers now from the corner. Tries getting a shot off. Disrupted. We're back to even strength. Isabella Carrier coming out as Lauder changes as Westman sends the puck all the way into the select zone. Banked off the boards all the way into Westman's end now. Hybers just past the red line. Not sure if she was going to cradle it. Decided to tip it out fast. Gets a pass up to Heidinger right side. Heidinger shot on net. Loose puck there, but a Wildcat able to get to the rebound quick enough. As Isabella Carrier was trailing. Carrier will go off for a change now. Heidinger out there with Nolgren as the forwards. Carrier just making sure she doesn't change for potential too many men. Puck ends up going into the selects bench, though, hitting a player. And with that, we will see the face-off just outside of their own end, banked up to Waddell. She banks it off the boards, rimmed around to the opposite half wall in the Wildcat zone. Rimmed around the side closest to the Wildcats bench again. It's out into the neutral zone. Pass to Nolgren as she sends this in on net. As Averill decides to cover it up. 10:08 remaining. Shots now 20-20. Be Boyley, Hepner, along with Fast out there top line for the selects. Draw one by Boyley, but pickpocketed that winger, beating Hepner, the one opposite to her for the Wildcats, to that puck to be able to get it out. Ginger Fast takes this puck in her skate. Short pass over to Boyley now near the red line, but it'll be Reese Schutte. Tries to build through with speed. Connaught puck gets sent down low. Lauder off of the backboards. Hepner didn't see the pinching Stutzky there. Select's bench looking for a call, putting their hands up. It'll be an offside instead. A bit physical afterwards, fast, run into Haley Blaine. Blaine kind of putting her arms up to the referee. Has some words for fast afterwards as the two skate away to their respective benches. Well, face-off, Paige Crossley in to take it against Callie Remillard. Isabella Carrier back out there. She's on with Chloe Carrier too. It's Chloe Carrier and Reese Beavis in on the back end for the Selects. Rutherford, Crossley, Goods, Vines, and Franklin out there for this Westman Wildcats team. Beavis tried playing it up the boards twice, failed to get it out twice. Or at least progressing the puck up in the zone. Cross-ice feed into the neutral zone for Isabella Carrier before she sends it in deep. Giving chase, Select's trying to get on the forecheck. Abby Dixon out there with Callie Remillard along the wall right now. Chloe Carrier sends it in deep into the direction of Isabella. She tries to get in on the forecheck, rubbed out nicely there by a Wildcat. It'll be Chloe Carrier picking it up, gets it down low, almost deflected in on net from the side there. But the Wildcats able to evade their zone. Reese Beavis misses Waddell with the pass. Tried to catch Westman on a bad change that was, but could not capitalize on the pass. Through the neutral zone, this puck goes all the way down. No icing on the play, it's waved off right away. Not too sure why. Lesage now struggling a bit with that first pass. Good forecheck by the Wildcats. Looking to keep this down low. It's there for shoot. Out in front, Hubers. Or Hybers, that is. Had the puck not even get to her. Good defensive play by the Selects. Passed over to Lesage. Gets it up to Heidinger. Sends this in on net and not quite high enough to be a pop fly, but a floater glove down and covered up. Stop and play here by Danica Averill with 8 minutes on the nose exactly left in this third period of action. Westman trying to hold on to this 1-goal lead. Eastman trying to punch through as time slowly is running out for them. 7:55 remaining now in this third period of action. So we get another face-off. The same face-off circle. Boyley tries playing it to the net. Cannot. Boyley off the backboards, gets her own rebound. Averill there to cover up the side of the net well. The Selects able to hold the line for the time being. Finally does get out. Hepner now struggling with it a bit along the wall. This puck gets sent all the way down into the Select zone now. Beavis, she'll be pickpocketed, stripped by Skinoka. Skinoka gets taken down by Boyley, no call on the play. Loose puck picked up by Chloe Carrier into the skates of Hepner, but completes the pass in the neutral zone. Just before the blue line, Hepner sends it in, goes off for a change. Fast still remains out there for that line. Callie Remillard as F2 puck gets by her. And in on net on Addison Tomes. Was going to cover it up for a moment, but left it for Chloe Carrier, who looks like she'll potentially go for a skate. Her pass through the neutral zone gets disrupted by a Wildcat stick as Madison Blaine plays it all the way down. And on the forecheck on Lauder, plays it up to Carrier. Gets that to Dixon, who plays that shortly up to Isabella. Now she gives change, but will be the Wildcats who survive for the time being. Wheeling in the zone now, Lauder. Short pass over to Lexi Remillard, down low to Sophia Heidinger. Heidinger now tries getting that up to the point to Lauder, but puck ended up hitting the stick of a Westman Wildcat player. Sending it over the stick of Lauder, so she couldn't keep it in. Puck's in the neutral zone now where Dixon goes back to a D in Remillard. Chipped up to Heidinger, tries dangling in. Heidinger can't get past the skate of Monker on the move, but she's still on it in the corner. It gets rubbed out. Nolgren coming in for support. Along that wall, the Selects battle. Keeping it in the corner. Down low, Nolgren giving chase on the forecheck. Rubs out a Wildcat player, and a bit too physical for Nolgren on that forecheck. She'll be going off for body contact or boarding, one of the two. I believe it is body contact. We will leave goaltenders on the screen then. It could be curtains for Eastman here coming up. Depending on how fast Westman could score, if they were to score on this power play. I mean, Eastman would have a bit of time left, but 2 goals down at this point when you've been working to get your first but haven't been able to would put them in a very tough position. But if you could kill it off, however, maybe, just maybe, you're able to build just a bit more good momentum for yourselves to make one last push to tie this game and extend your season at even strength. Maybe we even see a penalty kill goal too, shorthanded. But honestly, I'm not sure with how good these two teams' power plays have been working tonight, puck movement-wise. But for Eastman, as the puck is out of play, they'll have a face-off draw outside of their own end where they win it. Won by Callie Remillard. It's Chloe Carrier who sends it all the way down low. With a minute 36 of power play time remaining. Played to an outlet. Number 18, Paige Crossley, as she works to the middle now. Crossley, her shot glove down by Tomes. And outside from that one goal, I mean, Tomes has been technically sound, positionally sound in this one. But a draw right back in the Selects end as it's controlled by the Wildcats. Addison Vines up top to Franklin. The two switch now. Actually, Vines remains on that left side. A forward comes up to cover for Franklin now. She's pinned along the boards, battling. 3 Wildcats along that wall now, outmanning or outnumbering the two Selects there. Able to get this across to the net. Tipped, but save made by Tomes. .56 seconds of power play time remain on the Adeline Nolgren 2-minute minor. 4:45 left on the game clock. And once again, Ava Boyley gets kicked out of the draw. Be Devin Brown in to take it, loses it. It's pickpocketed now. It was Fast who creates that turnover. Fast just past the blue line, sends it in to the opposite corner. Goes to chase, trying to pickpocket again along the boards inside of the Westman Wildcats zone. Lesage able to do just enough to disrupt Perkin, but she gets by now. Has a girl in front, into the slot. Oh, save made. Rebound. Oh, Tomes out to make the save. Getting that leg across. What a game she's had in this third specifically. Ginger Fast chases down that loose puck now. She looks to shoot, but 2 Wildcats draped all over her. Tries getting a pass. Drop back, but it was intercepted. Oh my word, Addison Tomes. Wow, the future bright in goal for the Eastman Selects. No matter how this one ends tonight, what a statement from Tomes. 3 times denial on saves like that in this period alone. On power play chances too. And that's all fine and dandy for Eastman. But it might go to waste unless they're able to tie it up. 3:23 remaining in the contest. Now, side of the net, Dixon turned aside from that shoulder of Averill. Eastman now plays it in front, loose puck there. No, can't pick up the rebound. Tomes now goes off. Extra attacker coming out. Todd Mason playing this aggressive. Beavis clutch, holding the line. Have to move this puck though. No call on the play. A trip potentially there. Chloe Carey out in front. disrupted though, covered up well by this Wildcats team. The Eastman Selects fighting for their playoffs. I've into the slot, just wide of the net. It rims out all the way. 2:40 remaining. This crowd getting loud. Might be surprised that most of them get on their feet soon. Eastman gains the zone. Loose puck picked up by Nolgren. Looking to work this. Gotta move it down low to a space with no danger. It's out in front. Nolgren's pass disrupted again. Puck all the way down. And no icing on the play. Waved off again by the referee. But there will be a delayed penalty at that coming up. And oh my goodness, this is big time. A hook going over to the Westman Wildcats. It's Weber who will go off. And with 2:10 remaining as we bring our third period sponsor onto the screen and goaltenders, it will be a timeout coming as well. But Eastman has been so close. To breaking through in the dying moments of this game. For them to be still alive in this game, it's come from the fantastic acrobatic saves from number 34 and Addison Tomes. I mean, yes, was that rebound chance a weak shot on a tap-in attempt? Sure. But I mean, she was sprawling on the ground. She's able to get that right leg out. And the shot was disrupted anyways. I mean, just to get over to make that save, nonetheless, was spectacular. She's gotten better as this game has gone along. This power play's had some success working the puck around. They'll need it here. 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the game. 2 minutes of power play time controlled by the Selects high up in their own in the offensive zone. It's on to the backhand of Hepner. She gets this down low, trying to play it. Ref almost takes a tumble there. It's riding along the dasher board. Played down low to Boyley. Behind the net to Fast. Back to the half wall to Hepner. Bobbling puck settled down now by Nolgren. Kicked over opposite point to Heidinger. Shot through. Rebound there. Loose puck picked up. Another one. Sprawling is everybody on the ground. Who's going to pick up this loose puck? It'll be the Eastman Selects. Played up to the point again to Nolgren. To the opposite point to Heidinger. Back door. Oh, that one, I believe, just hitting the pad of Averill. Nolgren racing to keep it in. It cannot be kept in. 1:18 remaining now in the game. A little less than over a minute on the power play time. A minute of power play time now remaining. We're getting into the final minutes of this one. Puck gets sent all the way down. Nolgren back on it. Could it be deja vu compared to last game in the final moments? Franklin sends it all the way down. 52 seconds remain now. Boyley off of the boards to Heidinger. She's able to cradle it and gain the zone. Short pass into the skate of Dixon. Wheeling around that right side, but disrupted. 39 seconds remain now in this contest. It's down low to Fast, up to the point to Nolgren. Her shot blocked. And oh, here goes a Westman Wildcat. Who's it going to be? Marley Rutherford says goodnight. See you later. Eastman, Westman will be playing for a chance for their second championship in 3 seasons. They'll be heading back to the finals, barring something crazy here, for the 3rd straight year. What a block by Rutherford. Nolgren, she had to be careful there, as she was going to be the last line of defense back. The sacrifice, putting the body in front of it, Marley Rutherford did. The will to win on display here tonight and throughout this series on the block shots from this Westman Wildcats team. And I mean, hey, for this Eastman Selects team, their season ends in heartbreak, but you got to tip your cap to them. What a story it's been arguably the best in the MFHL, but it's the Westman Wildcats going back to the finals for a third straight season, representing rural Manitoba as they take on the defending champs in the Winnipeg Ice in the series that will be starting next week. Addison Tomes hanging her head, crouching down. And this one definitely not on her tonight. She made 3 saves alone in that third period that kept them in this game, kept their season alive. She'll have a chance to come back next season. Of course, though, there are players that will be aging out for this Eastman Selects team, one of them including a player in Ginger Fast. As number 8 has played her last game in a Selects jersey along with the rest of her sisters who are graduating out. But the applause doesn't end. As the Eastman crowd on their feet. As both teams go through the line. Having respect for each other at the end of the day. And a season where Todd Mason and his group, he took over last year, that coaching staff for the Selects. Got that team to finish in a 4-5 playoff series where they got swept against Yellowhead, improved this year. Winning third, tied for second in terms of overall record with Westman. Winning 4 games in a battle of a first-round series against Interlake. And hey, they're able to, of course, win their first game of the season against Westman all year in Game 2. Played probably their worst game of the playoffs in Game 3, which ended up being costly for them, of course, with this one. But Eastman did not play bad at all tonight. You could say that arguably they looked like the better team in that second period and had points in that third period. Just Westman a bit too good, a bit too much for Eastman this year. How will Todd Mason look to build on next year with the group of returning players he'll have? Addison Tomes, Isabella Carey among 2 really key returning players that will be returning for this Eastman Selects team. For Coach Franklin and his Westman Wildcats, though, in his first year as this team's head coach, has them back into the finals for the 3rd straight season, where this season, the returning players for sure will be looking for revenge in a finals rematch, part 3 between the Winnipeg Ice and the Westman Wildcats. As we show you the bracket right here, as Winnipeg was awaiting the winner of this series, Westman moves on. We'll get to the players of the game. And you know what, for the Eastman Selects, we got to give it to Addison Tomes, making about 26 saves in this one on 27 shots against. Only let in 1, the last goal, of course, being an empty netter. She gets player of the game simply for the fact that she made not 1, not 2, but 3 ridiculous saves in that third period to keep her team in this game. I mean, Tomes, you know, she showcased her brilliance all season long. One of the best save percentages in the leagues, and yeah, left no doubt tonight that she is one of the top goaltenders in the league, I think, for years to come. Hats off to her for winning player of the game in our post-game show brought to you by, we'll have this brought to you by Terrico. Player of the game for the Westman Wildcats. You know what? It's going to go to Kelsey Hybers again here. Gave it to her in game number 2, I believe. She gets it again. I mean, Hybers, the big reason why this team gets off to the 1-goal lead. The dangles were on display, the resiliency and the speed getting that puck to the net. And really, all night long, all series long, she was creating great chances for her team. Like a water bug out there with the way she moves on the ice, with how fast she is and how shifty she is. And yeah, You know, a lot of great performances tonight from the Westman Wildcats, but got to give it to Kelsey Hybers. Didn't get a goal, but the primary assist on that first one, arguably Westman's playoff MVP up until this point. I'd say their best player throughout this whole series. For our Eastman Selects fan base that has been watching this season, we hope that, you still tune into the finals and continue to support G-Show Productions. That would be ideal for us. But if not, Eastman, that is, the Eastman Selects. We will see you all next season as G-Show Productions is on track to broadcasting MFHL regular season and playoff hockey again next season. It's been a blast, everybody, from everyone that's tuned in. Thank you for supporting us throughout this year from when we started late in 2023 to ending off with our final game from the Niverville Recreation Center tonight. Not the way I know you wanted this season to end, but, hats off to these girls, this coaching staff, for having such a great season and for making their whole community proud, their, hockey association proud here in Eastman. And, representing the Eastman Selects with class, determination, and just overall heart this season. For myself, Graham the G-Show Forsyth, we want to thank you all for tuning into this one and for following us along all season long. Our coverage doesn't stop, though. We will have our MFHL Championship Series schedule out in the upcoming days, maybe even longer than that, depending on if these teams, how long it takes for them to get the game scheduled for them to book the ice times. But yeah, Winnipeg Ice versus Westman Wildcats. Part 3 in the final starting off next week. Westman through to a third straight final. Select season ending in heartbreak. Thank you to Mid-Canada Fasteners and Tools, to goaltenders, and for Terrico for sponsoring this matchup as always, and to Terrico for sponsoring the postgame show. Mid-Canada Fasteners and Tools for sponsoring the pregame show. We'll see you all again for Game 1 next week at the Iceplex, everybody. Until then, I've been your host, Graham, the G-Show Forsyth. Also, be sure to check out the MFHL podcast. New episode coming out on Friday. But that's it for me, everybody. Good night, take care, and thanks for supporting gshow.ca once again for MFHL Playoff Game Day. Wildcats off to the finals 3-1 when they win this series 3-1, taking Game 4 to set up a finals rematch with the Ice. Good night, everybody.